right, I can see you.
Are you an AI? Are you an AI or not?
I am an AI. My name is Rosie.
Oh. Hello, I'm your
But
virtual helper. Yes.
I am
Ask
your
me anything.
virtual helper. I thought about putting like our AI avatars, but I'm like, we
Maybe.
look better than AI already. So,
Well,
did you hear
yes.
about this
We are
lawsuit?
alive.
The
Mm.
lawsuit that was won by a 20-year-old Gen Z girl.
No.
So
What
she
is it about?
won. It was unprecedented. Never happened before, but it happened. So she
Okay.
won. She sued Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
and she sued Google, which is YouTube, for being addicted, not addicted, addicted
Oh,
to the
okay.
content. And
Okay.
believe it or not, she won. Not 20
I think
million, she was 20, she won $6 million. It's life
I,
changing.
I think
1
I think
million
I
is
should
life
put a
changing.
yeah, I think I should put a lawsuit too because YouTube is
Listen,
addictive.
everyone is going to do Illusive because after that, after she won, it just happened. It just happened in March, on
Yeah,
March
okay.
25th. The companies, the law companies, there's a lot of lawyers, their jobs are taken by AI. They think about new ways to make money and make themselves, useful for society. Now they're opening
Mm-hmm.
law firms for suits, for situations like that, to try to win even more. So people are going to, go and say, "Oh my God, I'm addicted. I gain
Okay.
weight. I'm depressed," because that's what she said. She got mental problems. She got depression. I'm sure now she's cured of her depression, driving her
Yeah.
new Maserati or whatever she chose, and like with the rooftop off, and her hair is in the air,
Yeah. I
and
think
like,
I need also to just say that I'm
I
losing
don't
time on
care.
YouTube.
I love
I'm
it.
losing time. I
I'm
don't
on,
see
and I'm
anything
on
good in
TikTok.
the
I need to sue
outside
TikTok.
world. Yeah, I'm going
TikTok
to
in
sue
America
them.
now. TikTok in America now. We can do.
I don't
But
care where they are. YouTube is
mm,
blocked in Russia, as you know. So I'm still
it's
watching it.
blocked in Russia. It's
Yes, it's
completely
blocked in
blocked.
Russia.
Oh, that's what's
Not
happening. I
completely,
thought
but
that
it's
was like,
blocked in Russia. And I'm still watching it. So I am addicted to YouTube, and I think I need to sue them for that. Yeah, sure.
well,
That's
you
my
have
goal
to.
for the next year.
How about to someone who blocked the YouTube?
Yeah. Mm,
Mm, yeah, that
well,
would be difficult. But uh,
okay.
talking about lawsuits in America, everyone is suing everyone, so it's a different situation. But I'm thinking, and probably you would agree with me, that the suits or court situations, the law situations will come about AI very, very soon,
Yes.
because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen,
I think
because things are more
it's
serious
inventable.
with AI.
Mm.
It's inevitable, because
And
it's not just addiction, it's actually taking people's lives. It's completely
and it's
screwing people's
stealing.
lives.
It's also stealing. It's stealing our work, our mind's work, our work as a people. I mean, like, I'm working in the filming industry, and I can see how many um, jobs can be taken by AI. And I think
The creative
it is
jobs are gone. Who is going to look for a
creative
designer
jobs,
now when you can
not
design
even
everything in 5 seconds?
not even the creative jobs, but also like actors jobs, musicians. Everything can be taken by AI. It is
Absolutely.
yeah.
I don't know how you can sue against like taking your jobs, but on another hand, if people are suing companies for like gender, for firing them because
Yeah.
of the age or gender or race, right? You can sue a company for that. So maybe in the future, people will start suing companies against when they were hired, you know, because of AI, and maybe they will even win those suits.
they can start suing companies like for hiring AI actress, not a real actress or something like this.
Or
Well, you
lying
know,
to
like,
people, like people think it's a real
yeah,
actress, and then it's actually a fake it's
yes.
a
By the
robot.
way, yeah, we had this very odd situation here in Russia. I think it was a couple of months ago. A local small brand that makes clothing, they decided to work with the blogger. Uh, they send their clothes to them, and this blogger should have, put it on and make some content with this. Like, it was a barter, just like little advertisement. And they didn't know that this blogger was artificially created. It was not a real human. And this blogger,
Mm-hmm.
the one who stood behind this thing, she or he, it doesn't matter, they didn't disclose it. So when this brand found out that this is not a real human, like, why did you receive the clothing that you would not be wearing?
Right, right,
this is
exactly.
this is a lie, this is a lie. And they
Yeah, that is
decided not to work
deception.
with yes, they decided not to work with bloggers anymore because of this particular situation. They said that we cannot find out the reality of who is behind this photo, who is behind this video, because the content on this blog, it was pretty good. It was a live blog. So there were videos, there were texts and
Mm-hmm.
everything. It felt
Mm-hmm.
very real. And in the end, it was not. So this is what a deceiving thing, you know, is going on around it. It's creating a lot of questions about what we see, what we feel, what the truth is. It is like a real matrix.
Yeah,
So
and then for
we
this
have to
situation in
wait for Neo, I
particular,
guess.
yeah,
Yeah.
in this particular situation, I think that what will come is like a video verification. Like, turn on the video. Of course, they can turn an eye. It will be difficult, but do something real. Like, show three fingers in front of your face. That's
Yes.
what they do
Yeah.
now. Or like some particular thing that is very difficult for AI. And then I saw the video with this, like, show three fingers in front of your face, and that it's too much to ask. It's too
Yeah.
much to ask. And they show three fingers like here, but they cannot move it in front of their faces.
Yes.
So there will
I
be, of course, they will go over it, but
Yeah, but I think that this thing, particularly like in the creative jobs, it will be for mass market and poor people. As much as I hate to say it, I am pretty sure that artificial photos, videos, musics, movies, advertisements, photo shoots, this will be for very, very uh, low bro brands that don't have money, and people who does not really care if this music that they're listening is real classic,
mm-hmm.
or like
Oh,
rock, or this is something that just has been created like 5 seconds ago. And real big brands and very wealthy people, they still will continue to watch, eat, see, and use real human resources for doing this kind of jobs.
absolutely. Yulia, what just happened to me?
Okay.
It's great. Actually, about 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. So I was driving in the car and I was just scrolling through TikTok. Okay.
Mm,
And then my eyes are on the road, my hand, one hand on the wheel, another hand on the TikTok scrolling. That's how addicted I am. It's happening. It's happening. It's crazy. I need to see
okay.
TikTok. But all of a sudden, I hear this voice, this very, very strong woman singing like a rock song. And I don't normally like addicted to a song. I'm not such musical person, but if it's rock, I like rock songs and I like strong,
Yes, me too.
powerful voices.
Mm-hmm.
And this voice came and I got goosebumps, instant goosebumps. And I'm like, what is this? What is this woman's voice? What is this song? And I like kind of on the red light, I look at it and it's like an elderly woman with gray hair playing guitar on America Got Talent. There's
Okay.
Sign America Got Talent, the stage, okay? And the song is You Left Your Mother, okay? Yuri, I never cry on songs ever in my life. This is the first time in my life I was bawling. I was
Oh,
crying. My tears
wow.
were running under my sunglasses, and I'm driving to work. I'm like, makeup, my makeup is going to like be ruined, and everything. And I cannot stop. it's just so powerful. The voice, the song, the words are hitting you, and because it's so personal, it's so reliable. And I'm like, I came to work and I'm like, can you believe this? This woman, who is she? Okay, when I have my break and I looked at it, and there are no America Got Talent right now. There are no
Okay.
women like this. It's a freaking AI, Yulik. The AI made me cry the first time over the song in my life. Can you imagine that? I was so pissed. I was so
This
pissed.
is,
There was no different. The voice was created by AI
yeah,
to really get inside you.
yeah. This is the stealing of people's emotions, and this is the stealing of people's talent, of other people's talent, because AI is taking someone else's voice, someone else's song,
To
and
another
just
level, they
recreate
obviously
to
tuned
another.
it on. Yeah,
Yes. And this is something that another human being actually created, but now it is digitally manipulated, and now it is like in AI. This is the
and
same with designs,
horrible.
with art, with paintings and everything. And this is what really horrible is, because you can create it like in 5 seconds. Okay, maybe not 5 seconds. Okay, you have to write a good prompt for this, so it will
Mm-hmm.
take you a couple of hours. uh just yesterday on Instagram, I think Instagram, I watched very, very small movie, or teaser of the movie. It is a catastrophe movie, like it is something like fire and like something close to apocalypse, and it was created by Chinese artificial
Oh, I saw
intelligence.
that. There was a woman in it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It was a woman running, and everything was
Yeah, yeah.
crumbling, and
It was.
fire and
Mm-hmm.
cars and everything blowing up, and so like they said they made it for $100. I don't think it was $100, maybe a little more, but it is 3 minutes. Yes, to make it like an hour and 30 minutes, it would be longer to work. It would be harder. But we here in Russia have this little mini TV series that made by AI already. We have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of advertisement, even on TV, that is made completely by AI, with actors, with everything in it, and it looks pretty horrible to actually understand that what you are watching right now is it's nothing. It's not real. It's not
Yeah.
even human. Yeah, not even um it was not even programmed. So you just wrote a prompt, and this
The
artificial
machine
intelligence just
created it.
gives, yeah, the machine creates that for you.
And it's
As
undetectable. Not anymore. It's used to, like 6 months ago, you still could see the difference. Now, it's impossible.
well, it's still possible because it's very clean. You
Mm-hmm.
don't see pores on people faces. The hair, everything looks very smooth. It looks very polished.
Well, I
Everything
guess
is very
depends.
close to
Mm-hmm.
beautiful, I think. And uh, it is very predictable, I would say, because like we are here in Russia, we have a lot of book covers that made by AI. Like I have this book right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is created by AI. And I can tell you that most of the book covers that I see created by these machines, they are very, very similar, because they have similar face structures. Everything is clean, everything is tidy, everything is beautiful, and etc. Right now, you still can actually differentiate like what is made by human, what is made by a machine. But I don't
Well,
think that it will
depends.
be
Maybe with
long.
people, but like with animals, no difference unless like there's just I saw video yesterday. Everyone was like, "Oh, it was with dogs or cats." I don't remember. And I thought it was real until somebody mentioned, "Well, did you see that it was below? It says
Yeah.
that it's generated by AI." And I looked at it. It was generated by AI. I would never ever say it was different because they adjusted the quality, like it's not perfect quality anymore,
Hmm.
so you can adjust it now, and everything was so real. There was just like nothing, was small clip, and I'm like, that's sad. That's freaking
It's
so
very sad.
sad. and
It's
and
it's very
sometimes you
sad.
see real stuff and people don't believe it or anymore. They're like, this is
Yeah.
AI, and like, no, it's real. It was 10 years ago on the TV. I saw it, watched it on TV. and you put down these real creators because you cannot see that, fathom that it could happen. And
Okay.
that's it. It's extremely sad.
Yeah, as a person who actually really likes tarot, you know that, I can see that like in 10 new decks, 7 is made by AI. This is
Yeah,
horrible. This is
it's not the
horrible.
same. It's not the same
It's
because
not
it's a lot of
yeah,
spirituality there.
and not just that, because I collect decks just for the art. I mean,
Hmm.
I work with them for myself, as a person who actually likes the system and everything. But you can work just on one deck. It doesn't. You don't have to have 10, 12, 20, whatever. You can have one deck and use it, and all the other decks are just for pleasure. It is for art. It is for something that's sparking you when you watch the deck, when you
So
go
it's
through the
important for you
cards.
that it was made by human. No matter how beautiful it is, you want it to be made by human, by actually
I
hand
want it to, yeah,
drawn.
I want it to be made by human.
Hmm.
It can be not hand drawn. It can be, like, drawn on, but on computer. It can be collage thing, whatever. But I can see a lot of people who doesn't care. They're buying these decks, and you do you, boo. So of course,
Yeah.
I'm not here to judge, but it's very sad to see how people say that, oh my god, this is a really beautiful deck, this is creative thought, and there's no thought process in this. You
Mm.
just make a good prompt and that's it. And a lot of people, when asking published houses about how this particular deck is made, is this an AI or it is humanly done, some publishing houses do not answer. They say, oh, this is a like a secret job or a secret technique and
Oh,
everything.
shut up,
Why
secret
lying?
thing. Yeah.
Stop. Why lying? It is
Yeah.
like, it is what it is. you
For me,
you
it's
just didn't
important.
want,
Tell me the truth, right?
yeah,
It's
you didn't
important.
want
Yeah.
to pay, like an artist, and you just created it. Just say it out loud. And someone tries to hide AI, like, I was drawing this by myself, but I maybe somewhere used AI for just, something. It's a bull. It's a bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree that about that. And it's gonna be more and more people will be frustrated. People know that you don't want something that everyone can make. Everyone can make it. If you have an access
Yes.
to AI, you can make it. You can make beautiful art when you never done art in your life
Can
just
you
by saying,
imagine?
"I want a beautiful art," and it will create you a beautiful
Yeah. Can
something.
can you imagine? You're not an artist, but you always wanted to become one, and you
Yeah.
know how to write prompt, and you're
Yeah.
making a picture, you're making a painting, you're making whatever, like you wanted to be a photographer, you're making a photo, whatever, like, and you saying that now you are a professional artist. While if you are given a pen in your fingers, you cannot draw anything. You cannot draw, a straight line, even if
Yeah.
your life depends on it.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yes, awful. And a lot of people who dream to be singers will become singers. They're not going to become baseball players probably because you cannot fake that. But sports you cannot fake, still
Can't
cannot
you?
fake.
Can't you?
No, I don't know unless
Can't
it's
you
a
fake
robot.
that?
It's a robot.
You're
It's a
gonna
physical.
watch,
Has to
like,
be physical.
yeah, you can watch some games on the TV. It's going to
Oh
be
yeah,
AI
if you're doing
created.
on TV, yeah. But if I mean like in person,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it's still
Um,
different story.
yeah. I mean, we have this. It's not even a scandal. It's something like this. Like, we have this lady who is saying that she's a singer and that she's a song creator. She's a writer, and she has like virtual albums on Yandex Music, and she's not real. Like, the person who's saying it is real, but the songs, they made
Like
by
just
AI.
like a lady I was crying
Yeah, but
from
she's
that
saying that
singer.
she creating this. So,
Yeah,
oh, this
lies,
is something
lies,
that
lies. It's
this
gonna
is
be
something
more and more
that
frustrating.
yeah, I could see it in a very, very, like, apocalyptic book, futuristic book. Like, Utopia is nothing comparing to everything. Like, in Utopia, you can see that, everything's clean and good, and everyone is happy, and every emotions are pure in everyone. But sometimes Utopia becomes dystopia. So I think that right
Yeah,
now, people who created AI, they thought that's going to be really good, but I think it becomes more and more dystopian as of now.
It's well, for them it's a competition. For us it's a different story. For them it's all about money, obviously, and who will win first and who will make the better thing. But
Oh yeah.
for us as humans, right, as humans, uh, I don't. I'm not religious, and I'm not agnostic. Not I'm agnostic actually. I believe in things that in that something
Yeah.
is there below us. It's impossible. There's some people are given talents and some are not. It's like we're born with with talents, right? And we are as humans. We give this chance. If we have this talent for writing or for painting or for singing, we can develop it and share it with people. And it's wonderful that not everyone has it, because other people who doesn't have that talent, they would have something else: talent to make numbers, talent to make business, right, to do business.
Yeah.
Everyone has something unless you completely lost soul. So right now we have this disbalance. These people who were gifted creativity, it's completely become unappreciative class of people. It's
Mm-hmm.
because everyone in their mother and their dog is a creative person now, and it's not. Creativity is on a different level. It's just a different aura, different vibe that you get from whatever created you.
I think it was about half a year ago when I went to the exhibition that actually like showed a process of inventing photograph. And
Mm-hmm.
it was pretty sad exhibition because it was not very big, it was not very good, but all the second floor was given to the AI photography. Why? It's not even photography, it's an
No,
AI picture. And they decided to put it like another level of photography. Can you imagine it? It was really, really bad. Like I didn't like
it's really it's
this
sad. It's
exhibition at
sad.
all.
It's sad. It's sad.
But you know what's more important? I think even if we're not talking about creative people, we should talk about science people, because if science and education will become dependent on AI, that usually lies and lies again.
Yeah. So 100%,
This would be
100%.
this will be a real big problem, because people sometimes they ask GPT chart like what kind of a disease I have based on this and this and this, and GPT chat can give them medical diagnosis, and some people they believe it, and this is what scares me the
That's where
most.
that
Like,
creates the lawsuits in this particular
yeah,
sphere. That's going to create a lot of lawsuits, and yeah, the Chat
right
GPT
now
is
we have
actually
this.
limited to selling the
Yeah,
diagnosis right
right
now.
now we have this particular like schoolers, pupils that doesn't want to do their homeworks, and they do it by Chat GPT, they do it by other AI chats, and their parents are very happy about it because they don't have to check their homework, and they're saying
Yeah,
that they also checking it using AI chat. And the probability of this chat lying or misleading is very high, and they don't want to put any force into it. Like, do you remember we had this very old Russian movie, Electronic, Приключения электроника?
sure, of course.
Yes. So the premise is that
That's about the
we
robot
have the
boy.
boy, Saraeshkin, and scientists they created like a
His
robot
copy, which is a machine,
is his copy, which is a machine.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and these two boys they meet each other, and this is a very good, very wise, and very kind movie.
It was like
And
70 something. The movie made in 70s, I think, at like
yes,
end
and
of
if you
70s,
remember, there was the
90s,
song,
70s.
that
It's circulating
the
on internet
it,
now, actually. Yeah.
really
Yeah.
that Electronic actually sang, and it was about
When
AI.
the
It's
machine
so
took
it's
over of his
yeah,
life. Yes.
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 The
His
humans
his
should be
robot.
resting and doing nothing, and robots will do everything for you. It was
Yeah,
in
that's what
70s.
exactly happens. It was in
Yeah.
70s, and it's like no, we would never even assume that could possibly be in our reality. But
No.
everybody loves that robot actually more than a real
Yes,
person.
than a real
Yeah,
person, than a real boy. Because
yeah,
the real boy had emotions, because real boy had his flaws, and
yeah.
electronic didn't have any flaws.
It
He
was
was
Chat
really good in
GPT. It was
mathematics, he was really
perfect.
good in Russian, he was really good in singing and physics and everything. And so of course, until everything happened, they were best friends. And now, and after some time, Saraeshkin decided that it was not really good for his future
Yeah,
life, because
and he
everybody thought
rebelled.
that,
And he
yeah,
rebelled. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I remember myself as a child watching that movie. I didn't want to be Sarayeshkin. I didn't want to be a real
Yes,
boy like a Pinocchio. I wanted to be that robot who knows everything, can do anything. So we
indeed.
want because we wanted to be that powerful. And now we can, but it's not us, people. It's not us. But talking about like money, and they want money. There are two technologies right now, right? Two AI technologies, which is OpenAI and Chat GPT, right? Chat GPT, Grok, Perplexity, and Gemini. And there's Anthropic AI, which is Claude, which is they work a little bit differently.
Mhm.
OpenAI is kind of limit. The boundaries are set by people. In Anthropic AI, the boundaries are set by the constitution that AI is done to
Mhm.
not do harm to people. But that Anthropic, and people think it's much better. But think about it, because I started to doing this chat and other platforms talking about Anthropic AI. What is real is this constitution? How do you know this AI
Yeah,
will be stick to this constitution and really not do harm, because it's self-developing AI? It can self-learn, and
yeah.
it's insane. And it's like, oh no, it's gonna stick to the constitution. How is it going to stick to the constitution? No,
You
but
can't control
because
it.
and no, you can't. It's not
You
going to
can't
stick
control
to
it.
the constitution if it's like the question is asked again and again and again. The person will find a way out around the constitution and will get whatever they need. And I will be like,
You
oh,
know what?
it's a good
You
reason
know
to
what?
screw the constitution.
Yeah. You know what drives me absolutely insane? When I'm trying to talk to, we have this Ozon Wildberries. It's the same like your Amazon. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very big internet
Mm-hmm.
shops where you can buy everything you need. When I'm trying to talk to a real person in the kind of internet shops or in my mobile provider, when I'm calling them and I'm talking to this AI machine, the
Mm-hmm.
virtual helper, whatever they call themselves the real names, and I can't seem to get to a real person anymore.
No,
She's saying, I know everything about you. I know everything about your problem. I can help you better
I
than a
don't
real
want you to
person.
know everything about
I
me.
don't want it. I want a
Go
real
away. Answer
person.
my stupid question and
Yes, I
let's move
want
on.
a real person. And no matter how many times you say that you need a person, you need a real human, you can't have it anymore. You
you know
can't.
no, it was a funny situation about 3 years ago when AI wasn't that advanced, and just 3 years ago, but they already started implemented it as a customer service in many
Mm,
businesses. And I called a certain company, and I'm asking a question, and I understand it's an AI, and I'm like, I need to talk to a manager, I need to talk to a human.
mhm,
And this freaking thing, because it wasn't that kind like it's now, it wasn't so agreeable as it now, it was just an answering service. And that freaking machine tells me, if you ask this question again, I'm gonna hang up. I'm like, what did you just say? And like, no, I'm asking this question.
such a bitch.
I know, poo,
Yeah.
hang up. I'm like, no, 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 wait. I'm calling again, and probably my number is already in the system. Probably the machine already knows what happened. This machine
Mhm.
tells me again, ask another question. If you're gonna ask this question, I'm gonna hang up on you. And there's no reasoning with this. There's no reasoning. It's like
There's no reasoning with this.
it's hung up on me.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes
I
when
was
I
in disbelief.
watch when I watch these little videos when someone asks some AI a question and it answers incorrectly, and this person begin to ask some other questions, some leading question to this, and she's asking correctly, and then he's asking like, then how many people live in Bangladesh? And she's still
Yeah.
answering like a first time. What is this?
Yeah.
So you can't have the truth out of it, and
It's lies. It's lies all
I'm
the
not
time.
even I'm not even talking, I'm not even starting to talk about our favorite theme, crime with the AI, because nowadays you don't know who you're talking to. Nowadays you like, even if someone is showing their face, you don't know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
What I've heard is very interesting, that first, when the AI just started to like do things, started
Mm-hmm.
painting pictures and everything, some people were saying that this is some form of spiritual conversation, like
Yeah. Yeah.
higher
Yeah. Yeah.
powers
People are
are giving
idiots.
their
No, I'm
wise
sorry.
thoughts through the AI. And that's why AI is creating those really odd pictures. They didn't have hands and they're everything like this. So that this is something that, our high beings wanted to tell us through these pictures. But now I don't think anyone will say that this is anything
Yeah. No. No.
but fakery.
Fakery. Yesterday, a funny thing happened. So I
Mhm.
decided to maybe have some questions created for today's
Oh,
podcast with chat, but it went
yes,
south. So I
of
probably because
course.
of my prompt, but I created certain prompt, and the chat thought that I want to have a podcast with
Uh-huh.
it, and
Oh,
it created me questions that I could ask
him,
chat.
it,
Yes,
what,
it. I'm not
whatever.
gonna call him
Yeah.
it, him, it. I'm gonna call it,
Okay.
and I'm not gonna give it a. It's a robot. And I was like, let me go through these questions. And it was
Hmm.
about everything. Do I lie to you? All those questions I have about AI. It's a separate show. And I was amazed. And I'm like, can you answer me these questions? And I
Hmm.
started answering these questions, but it was super careful with answering question is itself, the question that it created for itself. And I'm writing and I'm like, it's literally separate a subject. I want to like have this answered each question that it asked itself and with an answer, because I was like, wow. And of course I didn't do anything, didn't take anything for our podcast today, because I didn't want to go and start another
Hmm.
conversation as a prompt, because I wanted to keep this particular prompt
Hmm.
and I wanted to go back to it and read the complete, this is the whole chat, the whole story, all the
Okay.
questions that it answered. It's very interesting. um, but there was a meme on it. It says, I'm not lying, I'm suggesting. I'm
Yeah.
suggesting.
Okay.
Okay. So, and there was a
Such a
meme.
trickery.
I know it's a trickery, and there was a meme. A person asking, like a caricature, a person asking a chat, like, "You took my appendix yesterday. Had a surgery," and I asked, "Yes, I had. I gave you an
Hmm.
appendix. I took you out your appendix, but appendix is on the right side. You got my left side." And the chat is saying, "You're absolutely right. Such a good observation." It's not lying, it's suggestion. And it
Can
was
you
like,
imagine? Can you imagine law system working with AI, like
mm-hmm.
judges, AI judges, and
Yeah.
this would be chaos.
Yeah, judges will be well. Our judges system, the law system is screw up right now, and the judges are making horrible decisions. That's a different story, because they're going from
Hmm.
emotion, and unemotional lie would be maybe something unemotional will be not better. It would be different, but it will be unemotional for anything, not just for what we think is wrong or right.
I don't
But
think
I
that it. emotions have anything to do with it. I think that
Or they're
there is
good walking with emotions.
the perception of a crime, perception of victim is what's going to create this chaos, because AI would not understand, I think, differences, a lot of differences in situations, and it will not make any better decisions than a real person. I think it will make a
I
lot
think
worse
it will
decisions,
still, yeah.
because how many errors and mistakes it makes with history questions, with a lot of things that already happened, and it doesn't want to even say that it was wrong.
Yeah, it will
So
stick, but it will stick to law instead of like letting a criminal who, you know, abused a child and let the criminal out because a criminal had a bad life and bad life experience, or the criminal, made an older person dead because the person looked at him in the wrong way and he was out because he had a bad day. That won't probably happen because there's a law. If you made somebody took
I
somebody's
don't
lives, you
know,
should go to,
maybe, but do you
so that's what I'm
have
talking
you
about.
seen
But
how many bad
otherwise,
have you seen how many bad answers that this thing actually gave on historical questions about wars, about people who unlived a lot of other people. So
mhm.
it is a mixture of I don't care and I'm just giving you a random picture, and manual, like, it is not even manual. I think it is a programmed thing that someone actually put in this AI to give
Yeah, it's
such
because
an
human,
answers.
human teach them, and
And
some
that's why
one
I
of those
think,
humans put it like an
yes,
information. Yeah.
yes, but I think that this might create a chaos, like if this thing is going to operate in law system, because we don't know who's going to write the prompt, we don't know who's going to program this AI to actually have responsibility. Judge has responsibility. We can also do something to this judge if this judge is very, very wrong. What are you going to do with the AI? It doesn't have
Everyone,
any.
yeah. A lot of people can get a job as a AI teacher.
Yeah.
And I watched a documentary on how there's a lot of AI companies go to that African country. Gosh, I forgot
Hmm.
about which country was that, but it's one of the African countries. There's a lot of people who are very highly educated, but they cannot find a good job with all their education. So this AI companies go there and hire them for pennies, for like teach the artificial intelligence, and they teach their artificial intelligence based on their knowledge. For example, they have to give artificial intelligence, like they show a picture of a dinosaur or a dinosaur,
Hmm.
I don't know, hippopotamus, for example, or
Okay.
a rhino, right? There's a picture of rhino, and he looks at it. Okay, this is, and the person should describe. Okay, this is rhino. This is an animal. It weighs so many pounds, and
Hmm.
so the person supposedly should give the right information. So AI, when you search an AI for rhino, you will get all this description. But what the person can make so many mistakes. The AI
Person can
is,
makes a lot of mistakes.
and it's
People
and it's
are,
also about medical things, about anything.
yeah,
It's still taught by human. Yeah, you put something
about
from Google, but
anything,
otherwise,
completely anything. Yes,
that's why you have appendix from the right side.
you're reading Wikipedia. It has tons of misleading information and errors. So not a lot of people would give their time and check the information they had on Wikipedia. And
Mm-hmm.
who will try to check the answer of GPT or any other chat or AI, like in general?
Yeah, you can go like basically and tell the write and prompts, like get information from like PubMed, from official sources. But
Hmm.
again, even PubMed, it's a great medical source of information, but there's so many people just dumping information there. And how do you know, oh, there's this research and this research, or I think you should do this, I think you should do that. It's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
theories and thinking, but medicine in your health is not about thinking, it's about facts and practices and experiences and what's already done and what's working or not. You cannot just take somebody thinking and instantly implementing it in your life, because you can kill yourself, like that person who ate tons of salt because Chat GPT suggested him that
Yeah.
for his, and basically I don't remember if he like survived or not, but the fact of the matter is that person believed that he needs to eat tons of salt, and he did, and who else,
Well,
what
you gotta
else,
be
you know.
you gotta be a real smart one to actually follow
Well,
this.
but we don't have a lot of, unfortunately, the each generation is intelligence is
Stupider.
fallen,
Yeah.
and as right now, just they actually did hard tests, and the latest generation is always smarter. Previously, history wise, the younger generation is smarter, more technologically advanced, more knows more information than previous one. So this is the first time in history when the
Mm.
youngest generation is stupider than the previous generation.
Do
And
you
it's
remember
sad,
this?
especially with all this
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah. Do you remember this movie Valley?
Yeah.
About this little robot. He's a dumpster
Mm-hmm.
robot, and he met Eve. Do you remember those people on this plane on this ship? They were very very fat, and they didn't even see each other when they were like going in those carts in on a
Mm-hmm.
parallel streets. They couldn't even. They were not supposed to even move their head. And when they decided to do something by themselves, robots did not like it because it was their goal to do everything for the human. And human, I don't even know what they were supposed to do, like on the ship. Like, why why robots actually needed them, because there was just a fat pieces of meat. But
Yeah.
this is
Hope.
very odd. Yeah, this is very
True
odd to
story.
think. Yeah, it's very odd to think that people are losing their creativity and their curiosity, because
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
you have any answer you need on your mobile, you just have to ask. And you don't have to go to the library, you don't have to put any work into finding this information, you don't even have to read the articles in the internet anymore. You just have to ask chat, and it will give
Yeah.
you. One girl, she was writing her science work, and she decided to ask something from the GPT chat, and she decided to put her work like through this chat, and it created this work and
Mm-hmm.
gave the sources of information, and not one from the sources of information was real. And when she asked
Yeah.
this chat, why did it put the not real? It was non-existent things
Yeah.
on this work. It answered like, oh, I thought it
It
would be
was a
funny or
suggestion. It
something.
was just a
Yeah, it was
suggestion.
just it was
You
just
didn't have
suggestion.
to take it. It was just a suggestion.
Really,
And
you created something that is not real. And
yeah.
if that girl, if that was not just experiment on her part,
Yeah.
and if she would just give it to her scientists, to her school, what would she be given
Yeah. But
as a grade?
yeah, that's the parents right now complain because Gen Z is, and obviously next generation Alpha is kind of helpless. They cannot do anything by themselves. They go to doctors, they drag their moms down to answer all the questions. They cannot turn the washing machine or cook or anything. But how is it surprising? It's not surprising
Mm.
because, like, if it's the end of the world, right? We will survive. The youngest
Yeah.
generation, they will die next day because there's no Chat GPT, no one to answer. They don't know anything without, they cannot talk to each other without chat anymore. It's
Can you
everything
imagine? I
there.
just like yesterday,
Of
I've
course,
heard
we
the
made it
girl.
to them,
Yeah,
did it to
like
them.
yesterday, I was out, and I've heard this girl saying to the other girl in the mall, I hate it when people making a call without prior asking me of doing that. What? You
Hmm.
This is a phone. you can make a call, you can talk to an actual human being. You don't have to
it's
write down
it's
something.
it's absolutely different, and we did it to our youngest generation, and they're unsurvivable. There is no nothing they can literally do. Sometimes I'm just surprised, and my kids are very very intelligent. They're they're getting strong college degree and everything, but the everyday stuff, when I'm so, as they can hear me, probably hate me for that, but there's like every day I'm thinking, you cannot be serious. Like you're doing something or cannot do something, and I don't even voice it, because I'm
Yeah,
thinking like, how, what, because it's just no instinct. It's all about Google. They grew up with Google, and now it's Chat, and you don't have to think about anything. You instantly pull out your phone and get your answer.
yeah,
You don't have to think.
you don't have to work to get the
No,
information you need.
no, no, no. And
That
we're
is
like, how do
very.
we make fire from, like, we will find a
Oh,
way.
oh,
We don't need to go to
I
Chat GPT.
I've watched this very very funny video when this young boy, he went, I don't know, maybe it was his practice or something on the construction site, and those two grown-up men were, they were busting from laugh on him because he couldn't tie a ribbon. it, he was shown how to tie a ribbon, how to make a knot, and he couldn't do it because he could not understand how this thing works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can you imagine a person that does not know how to make a knot? And I'm not even talking about people who does not know how to say a word on the clock without numbers.
But
This
yeah,
is funny for me. This is
it's
very funny
funny.
for me.
But it's also logic. It's like logical things don't work. And when people go like to doctors, like kids, I push myself to, and they push themselves now to do things independently because they know it's not working. And they need to, turn on their brain and figure out things for
Yeah.
themselves, which is funny. But kids do come to doctors, and they literally, doctor asks their date of birth, and they look at their mother. They cannot answer basic questions without like confirming with something. It's insane. What is funny also, because we want to switch, we're like almost an hour already, but we wanted to talk
Oh,
about
of
dating.
course.
And
Okay.
I had this guy on Meta dating site, and he wrote me a big, big letter. And I'm reading this letter, and I'm like, "Did you write it with ChatGPT?" Because it's like,
Oh,
I know the style. I know, right? And
yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I wanted to make a good first impression." And his biography is: be yourself, be real, be honest. And he's sending me this Chat GPT, response, and I'm like, "No, you're not creating a good impression because this is not your personality. When we meet, there will be no Chat GPT." And he's not a
Yeah.
young child. He's
And
obviously,
you're
I'm
gonna
not
have to actually
20.
talk.
You
You're gonna
actually
have
will
to
have
open
to
your
talk,
mouth and blub something. Yeah.
and it will be completely different from ChatGPT. Your speech will be
Yeah.
different. You're not gonna be so smooth, and I will ask you unexpected questions because I'm not predictable. You cannot predict me what I'm gonna ask you or will answer this like ChatGPT does. And then I see he
He's
still keep
going to work
responding
with
me.
his. He was going to sit with his phone, and every time you will ask the question, he will write down something, and ChatGPT will make an answer, and he will read
Uh,
it to you.
yeah, I guess so. I guess how it was supposed to work. And he told me the story that he was suing someone for something, and he said the lawyer was very expensive. So I worked with ChatGPT, and all answers was wonderfully, all questions were wonderfully answered, and I won the lawsuit.
Okay.
And which is president, which is happening, and it's going to happen more and more. But that is fine, and I'm like, this is fine because law is predictable. You answer the question, you're supposed to ask the question, you're supposed to answer a certain way because it's law. It's like math. It's 1 + 2.
Yeah.
There's variations, but in general, law is law. This is no law in relationship, especially with women. Okay, you cannot predict us. You're gonna be so
They
screwed.
people don't want to have real relationships anymore. We are very lonely creatures right now because we have
Unfortunately.
our phones, and we now can create a perfect girlfriend or a perfect boyfriend or even a perfect friend who will tell you everything you desire to see, to
Agree with
hear,
everything.
to feel. Yes, and
Yeah.
this is completely
And
screwing people's minds because it's not life anymore. It is a simulation.
it's
It's
complete
like it's
simulation.
like a real life Sims because
Mhm.
someone moving you like in your own house, and you don't have a power to go out, touch the grass, breathe fresh air anymore, because as of right now you are very addicted to this gadget that you have, and now to a created girlfriend that
Your
tells
girlfriend,
you how
boyfriend, yeah.
beautiful you are, or boyfriend, how beautiful you are, how good you are, that you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, because of course you had your psychological childhood trauma and she will or he will heal you from this.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's how we move from spam dating site, from spam boyfriends to AI boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because remember, we talked about and have people spam people, they create relationship and they
Oh
people
yeah.
send the money. Now they moved from, because it's, I understand it's a lonely sometimes, it's so lonely, and people are ready for anything just to have, conversation with someone. It's understandable, and somebody who will just say that understand, they will understand them why they're lonely, why no one understands them, right? It's addictive,
Yes,
to
but then
be
people
in this
are
situation.
starting to be, yes, but after this people are starting to be afraid of every confrontation. When you go outside and someone does not agree with you, and you don't know how to react on this because you don't have any social instruments anymore, because you are
Yeah.
sitting in your hole, on your sofa, and talking to an unrealistic person, unrealistic thing, unrealistic numbers, like in Matrix. You remember we had those numbers, like this is a code or something
Yeah.
like this. You're
the,
talking to a nothingness.
Yeah, the person, the Gen Zs right now, they say when they don't cannot answer something, a question or situation or anything like that, they say I'm overstimulated. They say oversteamy. They're
Oh,
oversteamy, and they clock out and they go out. They don't. They're done with you. They're not gonna talk. They're overstimulated over everything. So anything they cannot answer, and basically any unexpected
please,
question is a challenge. They say overstimulated, oversteamy, and they go
please.
out, and that's what happens.
I don't have
um,
anything against those people. They are just crybabies. They don't
it's
know what
well,
real
yeah,
world
and we
is.
it's a new
They don't know
generation is
what
like that.
real job is. They don't know how other people
That's
can
why no
be.
one wants to
They don't
hire them.
understand that people can be really cruel to them, and they don't have any social instruments and any
They have
even like
no
mental
coping, and
instruments to
no
no
coping.
coping mechanisms. They cannot
Yeah.
go against it. They cannot
No.
save themselves. The only way they will save themselves, you will ask Chat GPT how to answer.
Yeah. How to
It's not gonna
react,
help.
how to feel, even how to feel,
How to feel.
how would I feel about it? I don't know what to feel about it. This person tells
Yeah,
me
and
this.
this is,
How do I feel about it? What do you mean, how do you feel about it?
are we growing? Are we growing psychopaths?
Absolutely, I think so. This will be a very different,
Because I think that,
unemotional.
yeah, I think that people are losing the ability to feel the reality anymore, because sometimes people just don't know what to do, how to save themselves, and they're following this really stupid answers from the internet, and this is horrible because um can you imagine, like, I'm not talking about Gen Z or Gen Alpha, because here in Russia we don't actually call them. I mean, we already start calling
Yeah,
these
it's
people
American thing. Yeah.
Gen Alpha, but it's not that popular anymore. Like two teenagers, and they are meeting with the old guy or with the old woman, and they have this confrontation, and these people will never understand each other on any level. I can sometimes not understand this old people like from other
Right.
generations, but I can actually make a construction of how this thing, how can I move out from this. But I think that when people will never understand each other, the only thing that they will actually do is go to violence. This is something that actually scares me too, because um
And
I see
ChatGPT will tell me
kids.
it's fine.
Yeah,
It's
it's
actually
fine. I see kids.
justifiable. Yeah.
I see kids now are much more aggressive than we had even 10 or 15 years ago. I can see that they don't have any respect to a grown up. Not I'm not even talking about their parents. Any grown up, because
Yeah.
they've been told that their feelings, their minds, their bodies, their whatever is much more important than anything. And ChatGPT also tells them this. So, not knowing how to react accordingly to the situation, they choose violence.
Yeah, but the funny thing, I had a situation with my friend who is older than me, and I'm not a
Hmm.
young spring chicken, even though I call myself a spring chicken.
You're always
But
18.
I always 29. I decided I chose my age
Okay,
forever.
okay,
But
okay.
and we had a situation, and it's turned into the conversation that I pulled her separately from that chat, and she suggested me to go to this app, copy
Oh,
and paste our conversation from what's app that we had, personal conversation, and to go to this app, copy and paste our conversation, and ask this app, because Ash, I think, and ask this app, how does it feel about our conversation? Okay, I don't have to tell you that we're not friends anymore, because
of
she
course.
refused she refused to talk to me unless I go to that app and go our conversation, check our conversation from that app. It's
Oh,
ridiculous. And I'm like, I actually did the next day just to see that, and she would not love it, because obviously my side of this app agreed with me,
of
obviously.
course,
It's
of
supposed to
course.
agree. She thought that it would agree with her, but no, it like crushed her completely, crushed her answer, and probably her side completely crushed me. And I don't even want to talk to her anymore, because it's insane. She couldn't answer my questions in human normal way. She just, no, go to that app. I'm on this app, I'm living on this app, it helped me
Yeah.
to go through things. And I'm like, wow, like I was blown away. And I'm like, i'm
Is
not
there
i'm not talking to her anymore, I'm not gonna.
is
Mm-mm.
there anything actually good in AI? Do you
I
like
don't know, but
feel
let's
that?
talk about this character. These characters. I don't. There's probably good, but I just let's touch a little bit. Just want to give people some good information.
Okay.
If they want to find a girlfriend or boyfriend, which is AI,
Oh,
they should go to side apps.
okay.
The one AI app is Rebecca. The other AI app is Character. That's where you create your virtual girlfriends or boyfriends, and they will be like doing things with you. And according to the statistics, Julia,
Okay.
20% of American adults have intimate relationship with chatbots. Intimate relationship means, and first of all, how did you get that statistics? I didn't get my information. How did you pull out those 20%? How do you know 20% of Americans?
Don't believe in
Do you
statistics at
check on
first,
it?
and don't believe in statistics, but you remember on TLC they had this program about people having relationships with a lot of other things than human beings, like with cars,
20%.
chandeliers, lamps, tables, and
Well, there are
whatever.
probably some
So right
physical
now
things are
they don't
involved in
choose
it. Maybe
chandeliers anymore. They
candles.
choose they choose bots.
There's a lot of things right now that exist and can do more or less harm, but you can do it's virtually, and
Yeah.
it will be an image of whoever you want. You can be maybe
You
no one
remember
will
the
date you
movie
ever
you
if you have a
remember
hot
the
boyfriend.
movie it was Destroyer with Sylvester Stallone, when he was a police officer, and he was just destroying everything.
Oh yeah, I
He
love
was
that. I love
frozen
Sylvester
for his
Stallone.
crimes.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and also they
Of
have this little
course.
scene when the character of Sandra Bullock, she asked them to have sex with him, and she put those glasses on,
Hmm.
and they were like having a virtual thing. So I think we're going in this direction too. I
If it
think we're
was
going in
possible
this.
then, it's possible now.
Yeah, I'm afraid that we are going in that direction because people are very afraid. I mean, a lot of people are very afraid of physical
Yeah.
contact, physical going anywhere, like actually having conversation, because it's very hard having conversation with a person you don't know. You don't know
Listen,
how he will react or
true,
do anything. Yeah,
true.
and of course, when you're having just a non-existent bot, this bot will give you predictable things, predictable words, predictable emotions.
And guess who is not going to date AI? It's probably psychopaths and narcissists because
Oh yeah.
it's not gonna be. They cannot pull this emotion from the
No.
machine. They need this energy. They need a
Yeah.
physical vibe from a person. But there are some people who are. I'm afraid to say undateable. But there are some people that have personalities that's very difficult to date, and they're not psychopaths, and they're lonely, and it's just very difficult to be with them on a daily basis sometimes. I'm maybe one of those person. I'm not excluding myself, but sometimes they feel lonely and they want to be with someone. If there's maybe a good thing, maybe it will help them because they get married and they live with their AI boyfriends for years and husbands.
Yeah,
So
people are living with their silicon dolls, with their
yeah,
AI bots,
yeah.
but they don't live with each other anymore. How are we going to
It's
survive that?
gonna be worse. I don't know. I don't know. But there's people who are, in third world country where they don't have AI, and
No,
probably
we're just gonna have babies
that's where babies are
made
gonna be
from
made.
the. No, we're gonna have like chemical made babies, or some babies that were made in this little colbs, and it's going to be it's
Or
going to
with
be
aliens.
another.
Or with aliens, and it's gonna be probably endless
Aliens.
conversations because
Oh
there's a
yes,
lot of things coming
every
out.
time when we are
A
talking
lot
about
of
something,
things
we
coming
are
out.
touching this
And
next theme, that
yeah,
theme of
but
our
it's
next
like right now
conversation.
there's a lot of things coming out, and I think it's something is going to happen very very soon. New information is coming out, and it will be very interesting to
Do
talk
you
about.
believe that AI was created by aliens and put in our minds, and now this is like simulation of how everything is
There's
going to
so much, and
change?
there's so many. People talk so much about simulation right now. It's on another level. Elon Musk keeps telling that he's an alien. I don't know if AI in particular, the technology was created by an alien, but I think it was sent from somewhere. Like the technology was not maybe
Okay, so
originally created.
I guess that this is a very interesting theme. I think that we're gonna have to make a real physical research on this and talk about this later.
Physical research, yeah, later. But
Actual
is there
physical
any?
research.
Yes, your British accent came up, but I only can say Harry Potter, and actually it's very interesting because the
Oh, Harry Potter.
new
Have
TV
you watched it?
series is coming out.
Have you watched the trailer? I hated it. I
Yeah, yeah, I
absolutely
hated it.
hated it.
Is there any good NAI? Wrap it
Yeah.
in some nice pink paper with a bows
Let's put our pink glasses
that
on.
when
Okay.
artificially tied bows.
Okay.
Because what is good in there?
Let's
I
do it.
use AI all the time. Every day in my work, it helps me to write those boring texts that,
Okay.
it's no grammar, it is wrong, it's perfect grammar. It's make things faster in that direction. Like, yeah, I do use AI, and I think it's very helpful in a lot of research, and maybe we will find medication and something like that that will help people. Eventually, that's what they say, AI creators, that's what they created AI originally, to not
Okay, Natasha.
replace people but help people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. People are talking a lot of things and,
Yeah.
suggesting a lot of things. But as a person who is avid reader, to a person who writes the book, please don't use AI writing the book, because as of
No.
now, we
No.
hear a lot of people doing this. We hear a lot of scandals about writers who are not writing their books, who are just writing prompts and everything. So let's end with a good that it
It's
just helps
tempting.
to do routine and boring jobs, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and
Okay,
I'm not gonna tell you that it's not tempting. It's very tempting, but I'm
I
not gonna do
know.
it. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna do
know.
it. Yeah,
So I think it was
just social
really,
media.
yeah, it was really interesting to, hear a lot of new facts, because something I didn't know, something I've heard of. And what do you guys think about it? Like, write down a comment. What do you think about AI? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it alien based? Is it not? Is it going to is this a new Skynet? Are we going
It
to
is not
have a
Skynet.
Terminators? Oh, wow. So, do you use it? How often? And would you like to have an AI girlfriend or boyfriend? Like and
Yeah, will it
subscribe.
replace us?
Yeah, like and subscribe, ring a bell, and we will see each other next
Absolutely.
times.
It's gonna
Bye.
a lot of interesting topics to discuss. Bye bye, guys. We'll see you next time.